to them as they walked up the driveway to the street. As soon as I was alone, I leaned back against the door and exhaled. It's gonna be fine, Noah. You're looking for Mr. Right, and Hunter has Mr. Wrong written all over him. Well, maybe not all over him. There were definitely parts of Hunter that were oh so right. But those weren't the things that made for a lasting relationship. I let out a humorous laugh. I was about to pick him and his secret guest up at the airport, and I was questioning his ability to commit. Even if Aiden seemed surprised with this turn of events, it didn't change the fact that there was someone in Hunter's life. My friends meant well. I knew they did. But it was the pity in their eyes I couldn't stand. When I'd moved here with the guys a couple of years ago, I sure as hell hadn't envisioned me standing alongside Burke as the two single ones in the group while our three best friends found love. Had I envisioned Burke single? Yeah. My stubborn friend avoided relationships like some people avoided the dentist. Even if he couldn't admit there was a certain fisherman who'd hooked his attention, he fought that tooth and nail too. I didn't fight the possibility of love. I welcomed it. Maybe that was my problem. But I never understood the idea that you'd find what you were looking for once you stopped looking for it. What was wrong with having a little optimism? There was a part of me, though, a part I didn't want to acknowledge, that wondered who had finally snagged Hunter's attention enough for Hunter to bring them along. And okay, there might have been a part of me that wondered why I hadn't been the one to make Hunter wake up and realize there was more to life than fucking around. Bottom line, though, he'd been honest with me at the time. I didn't know if I'd even be having these thoughts now if it wasn't for the fact that apparently Hunter's stance on relationships had changed. I banged my head against the door and exhaled. It was too late to change my mind now. Especially after Aiden and Cole had tried to talk me out of it and I'd convinced them it was no big deal. This was getting me nowhere. I took another deep breath, then pushed off the door and headed down the hall to my bedroom. Just because Hunter wasn't coming alone didn't mean I shouldn't look like a fucking tasty snack when picking him up. What if the man of my dreams was at the airport at exactly the same time? I walked over to my closet and looked at my options. Choosing a white, short-sleeved button-down with a coral tank top underneath was a no-brainer. Nothing brought out my sun-kissed skin more than a crisp white shirt and island colors. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I rolled my eyes when I saw the name on the screen. Answering the call, I sighed. To what do I owe the pleasure, Levi? You're getting him from the airport? I put him on speaker, setting the phone down on a shelf so I could put on the outfit I'd picked out. Well, hello to you too. Sorry. Levi laughed softly into the speaker. Hi, Noah. He paused, and then, You're getting him from the airport? Laughing, I shook my head, even though he couldn't see the look of exasperation on my face. That was much better, thanks. And yes, I am picking them up. Like I told Cole and Aiden, it's not a big deal. The more I said it, the more it would be true, right? Noah. Levi's voice, as always, was ripe with concern. Out of the five of us, he was the one most likely to point out all the ways something could go wrong. When Levi, Cole, Ford, Burke, and I had started Sure Thing Management, we all entered into it knowing our own personal strengths. Levi could interject logic into most situations, while Cole was able to diffuse issues before they got too big, including when overthinking got the best of Levi. It made them perfect to run the Coral Pointe Inn as part of our business. Levi, I love you and I appreciate your concern, but I really have to go. I'll see you later, okay? Fine, but I'm hanging up now, I said in my sweetest voice, softening the blow when I ended the call quickly. Mother hens. That was how they were acting. But that was my strength, damn it. I was the one they came to when they needed a shoulder to cry on. Or, in Burke's case, an ear to bitch to. I glanced at the time on my phone.